Hello, I'm Brenda Martin with Inside Huntsville, and thanks for joining us today. As you know, October is Breast Cancer Month, and I'd like to take the time to pay tribute to those survivors like myself and those who fought and lost a good fight, and those who are still fighting the fight. May God bless you all. Today, I'll be talking with the recently elected CEO of Huntsville Utilities, Mr. Jay Stowe, who brings a multitude of talent and experience to the position, and I'm pleased that he took the time out of his very busy schedule to spend time with me today. Welcome, Jay.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
Like many others, tell me exactly, give me a little bit about your background. I had initially thought you were a native of Huntsville, but you are not.
I am not a native, but I feel like a native. We've been here for almost 9 years. My family, my daughter's a sophomore at Huntsville High School. My wife and I, the whole family loves Huntsville. So we've been in the utility business for a long time, worked at a couple of other utilities in North Carolina, and worked for consulting engineering firms before that. And so we've been here 9 years and have loved every minute of it.
Oh, great, great. Now, based on your background, why did you think that HU would be a good fit for you?
Well, it's a well-respected utility across the nation. One of 2,000 public utilities, public electric utilities in the country. A very large southeastern utility. And I had the background. I grew up in the utility business. My father and my grandfather were both in the utility business. I learned how to ride my bike at a water plant. And so my entire life I've spent in the utility business, and the opportunity to come to a place that had such a good reputation with the size and the scope that Huntsville Utilities with electric, water, and natural gas offered. And then once you visit Huntsville and Madison County, it grabs you, and you really can't say no to coming. So.
That is so true. I mean, once you come here, you're stuck.
You are. That's right.
You're stuck.
In a good way.
In a good way, exactly. Give us an overall description of Huntsville Utilities. You know, so many people have a misconception or misunderstanding, if you will, that Huntsville Utilities reports directly to the mayor and to the city council, and that's not true. So give us an overall.
Sure. The city council appoints the boards that lead Huntsville Utilities. There's 2 3-member boards, an electric board and a water and natural gas board that direct what we do. The city of Huntsville owns Huntsville Utilities, and the city council is responsible for the appointment of the board members, approval of capital items and projects, and if we issue bonds, they have to approve the bonds, and then they approve rates. So the link is very tight because of the ownership, and it's important. That relationship that we have with the city is important, but Huntsville Utilities then operates separately. It allows us to focus only on the utilities that we provide. We serve the entire county, all of Madison County, with electricity, a slightly smaller area with water and gas, but there's 350,000 meters that we read each month, and there's 600 employees that provide the services that we provide to the community to keep the lights on, keep the water going, and keep the gas flowing. So it's an important role that the relationship with the city is critical, and then our role, I think, is foundational to the community. What I talk to our employees about is that if we do our job well, then everyone can do their job well. And if we don't, then people have a hard time doing it because it's critical. All of the services that we provide are required for people to do whatever they do, whether it's work in economic development or whether it is going to church or going to a softball game. Anything that they do with their life, including being at home, it requires our services.
That's exactly right. I never thought about it that way. Electricity, water, gas, we've got to have it to do no matter what it is we do.
Yes, ma'am.
That's fabulous. Now, in the 74-year history of Huntsville Utility, you are the 4th leader. That's incredible.
It is. The stability that we have within our organization is one of the strengths that we have. And it's not just my position that is stable, but many of our employees have been there for a long time. We have, as I said, we have 600 employees. I'm one of those 600. It's a team effort to get things done every day, and that stability with what is a very low turnover rate in the industry and across the board provides us the ability to do our job and do it very well. So I get to be the fourth person that has this job to represent those 600 employees everywhere I go. And it makes me proud to be able to do that because they do such a good job every single day.
Absolutely. And to have such low turnover says that you guys are doing something right.
I hope so. I think it's a positive. I think it's a good place to work, and we have troubles like everywhere has troubles. But with the team that we have in place right now, I think we're making very positive improvements in the community. And I think that people understand that our role, both internally to the organization and externally, is critical to everything that happens in our area.
Talk about the pressures that you face on a daily basis.
Well, first of all, I love what I do. I love the idea that we get to do everything, but there also comes with the stress of knowing wherever you are, the lights might go out, there may be a problem.
Yes.
There's and the stress of the safety that we have. Everybody in our organization has a dangerous job to do in order to keep the work going. And so I want to be sure that we're as safe as we can be so the employees are safe, so the citizens and the customers are safe. Mm-hmm. So the combination of the safety and then the reliability is something that is on our plate all the time. And so we don't really get time off because the utilities have to operate around the clock all the time.
That's a good point.
And we can get calls at any time whenever there's trouble. And there's lots of good people that are handling it, and so that helps relieve my stress. But it's important that we do things correctly. The other piece of the puzzle that makes it stressful is that really our customers end up paying us every month. They get a bill. Mm-hmm. And that bill sometimes is among the top 2 or 3 bills that they may pay any given month. And it's incumbent on us to try to keep our costs down to be able to provide as low a cost service as we can because it affects people's pocketbook. It affects them directly in order to get the services we provide. So those stresses of safety, cost, and reliability are on our plate all the time.
Talk a little bit about each department, the electric department, the water department, and the gas department.
Okay, so the electric department serves about 175,000 customers. We buy all of our power from TVA and then resell it to all of our customers. Mm-hmm. So 100% of our power comes from TVA. On our natural gas system, we've got about between 45 and 50,000 customers. We're trying to find ways to expand our natural gas system because that's better for our customers. If we can get gas into areas where it is not now, people can tie on, and that will help us save money for our customers. The water system is one of the largest in the Southeast. We have about 90,000 customers. We've hit a peak day of 76 million gallons a day of water sold, and we're preparing to expand our system with a new water plant in the southeast part of the system. So all 3 of those systems are supported by a strong internal staff of customer service and computers and the IT and the communications and the group of people, the accounting and finance and purchasing, all the things it takes to make the system run. Mm-hmm. So each of those more public facilities of electric, water, and gas are supported by the rest of the team to be sure that we provide a high level of service every day.
What can Huntsville Utilities do to add to the further enhancement and the growth of our community as a stellar place to live, work, and play? It's
one of the fun things about our job. Yes. Is that every single event, every single activity that occurs, whether it's an event downtown in Big Spring Park or whether it's something happening at Ditto Landing or in Madison downtown or on the A&M campus on North Huntsville, north, south, east, west, every event that occurs requires utility service. And so we can help with the quality of life in our community is first of all.
Sure.
We also are involved in every economic development project that comes into the community.
Yes, for sure. Yes.
Because everybody that comes in, industry or commercial or residential, has to come talk to us about what we can provide and how we can get it there. So our job is to provide reliable service at the lowest cost so that we can improve our community. And if we can do that, then economic development occurs and comes after that because of the skill set that our people and our team have to
provide.
Put forward.
Sure, yes. Sure. Nationally, there is a buzz both for and against smart meters. Is Huntsville Utilities considering switching to that, or talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so smart meters, it's an interesting name. You know, the other option is that we're dumb. And that's not really what we want to do. So
Oh,
we
okay.
have always done smart things in Huntsville. We've always been involved with smart things. And what smart meters really do is allow us to communicate and get better information to our customers. So we're studying how the best way to roll that out is. The groups of people that the buzz against smart meters have some concerns that we need to be able to answer in our community, and we need to be prepared to respond to those. But the positives outweigh the negatives
Okay,
by
great.
far. So
Great.
we're looking at how we can get water, electric, and gas meters that are in the field that would allow customers to have better information more quickly. So for example, right now, you'll get your bill, and the information on your bill will have been historical. It's the things that have happened in the past. If we move forward with better meters, with more information available to you, you can start controlling how much you use so that you don't have to be in the dark with what your decisions are made, but you'll have lots of information available to you.
So that information will come to you prior to, or?
During an active, nearly live data would be able to be
my.
available over time, not on day one when we go with
Sure.
it, but the meters actually read data and provide data on 15-minute increments instead of 30-day increments, and so the data becomes much more available to you on a much more faster time. And so we want to put out smart things. It's a smart community. We've
Yes.
got one of the smartest communities in the nation, and we ought to be on the forefront of technology, and that's what we're working towards.
Talking about additional innovation, Huntsville has been considered as a location for Google Fiber, but didn't occur. And since many residents and businesses are now interested in that technology, tell us a little bit about that.
That's an interesting, what our role should be in fiber and high-speed access to the internet is one that we're still trying to determine the right answer to. We're studying that with some consultants, and we're looking at other models around the country to determine what the right spot for us to be in. If we ask the community, there's those that are very interested in us being involved, and there's those that don't think we should be. We need to be sure that what we do is best for our customers. And so we're analyzing several different options and methods to be able to provide that service. The goal ultimately is to have high-speed access to as many people in Huntsville and Madison County as we can have. And whether that's Huntsville Utilities performing that, or whether it's another person who's either already here or a Google Fiber or someone else that's not here, doesn't matter as much. The goal is to have that access so that we can continue to be a smart community and have access to the internet at the fastest speeds possible.
Great, great. As Huntsville has now earned the distinction of Federal Capital City South, what additional measures has Huntsville Utilities taken to ensure infrastructure and cybersecurity are protected against possible threats before both foreign and domestic?
That's critical. When I talked about safety before, traditionally what we've talked about is physical safety on what things are happening. But now cybersecurity comes into play in our business. It comes into play in lots of ways. We have account transactions that occur that we have to be sure is safe and secure, just like other stores and banks and other places have, because we have people are paying with their utility bill through the bank.
Yes.
So we've got firewalls and cybersecurity in place to protect people in that way. We also have the potential threat of activities that occur at our substations, our water plants, and our physical facilities. So we have things in place to protect those, both prevent accidents and access to those facilities and respond to those. And so we have multiple plans in place to deal with those. Some of them are required by regulatory agencies, and some of them are things that we think are safe and good ideas. They start with things like fences, but then there's lots of other things that we're doing behind the scenes to be sure that the equipment is safe physically and it is safe from a cyber point of view.
Jay, now that you have the leadership reins, so to speak, what changes can our customers expect to see? What changes can our customers expect to see in the immediate future or immediately?
So historically, we've been a strong utility that has provided a good and high level of customer service, and we don't plan on changing that.
Okay.
That part stays exactly the same. We do need to find ways to be easier to do business with. We need to be sure that what we are doing is best practices across the board for the operations of our system and the communication with our customers. And so what I hope that people will see is more of us reaching out to provide information. We have outage maps on our website now that if there's an outage, people can go on and see what those are. We have access to Facebook and Twitter and other media type outlets so we can get information out to customers more directly when there is an issue, when there's a problem. We will continue to improve our billing process and continue to provide opportunities for people to have new ways of approaching us. We get to serve everybody. So there's some customers that do not want anything to be delivered on a mobile device, and there's others that expect it. And so we have apps for Google and Android and iPhones and all of those sort of things. People can go on and see their bill and pay, and we still mail our bills and accept people coming into our lobby.
Yes.
So what you'll see is expansion of customer service options, not shrinking.
Now, what kind of things, what can we as a customer do to reduce our bills?
Well, first of all, you end up with some control. There's two components of a bill. One is the price that we charge, and one is the usage that you use. I think that the metering that we talked about earlier is something that's going to help that over the next 4 or 5 years. As people have more information, it will give them the better ability to control their usage.
Yes.
But if you can also go through some in-home energy audits that we offer, you can look at what types of insulation you have, what type of windows you have in place. You can control your thermostat. You can be sure you don't have dripping faucets. And so really just some general maintenance within your home and controlling the thermostat are the drivers for what can help you manage your use. And what we hope is to be able to give you more information over time to help that even more.
Let's talk about that, because I did, on a personal note, take advantage of that. But tell us, what is that department that will come out and talk with you about that information?
So we have energy service technicians that can come out and take a look at what you have in your house, and they would look at insulation and windows and just do an overall audit. Actually do the audit while you're there and provide you with a report of things that you can do to improve your system. And so you can sign up for that. You can go to our website and learn more about it, or you can call us at our main number.
And what's your main number? Let's do that, because I'll have them put it up on the screen.
256-535-1200 is our main number that you can call, and that'll take you through options to get to the right spot.
Sure.
And that's also the number you call if you have billing questions or issues or outages. You can call that number to get to everything that you need. Also on our website at hsvutil.org.
Okay.
And those,
we'll put that up
those
on
are the places that you can go to learn about it and help you kind of control your bill and control your cost. And we want to help do that as well.
Exactly. Now, of course, another question that everyone wants to know, are there any plans for rate hikes?
There's right now, there's no specific increases other than some water rate increases that have been approved a couple of years ago to help us with the new water treatment plant and the operations of the water system. And one just went into effect in October, and then there'll be another one next October and then the following. The other place that there's some increases that have happened is TVA has passed on some rate increases to us that we pass on directly to our customers, and that happened in October as well. Otherwise, there's no plans for the near future for increases, and we do everything we can to control our rates, but there are long-term system needs that we'll have to take care of, and so this won't be a promise forever of no rates. It's just not in the next in the short term. In the end of 2014 and into 2015, I don't expect any rate increases.
Right. And I guess the other thing too, people don't realize it's not always Huntsville Utilities raising the rates. I mean, there's
lots of costs that are involved in what we provide, and so we have to look at not only our labor cost and what it costs to pay TVA for electric, but what does it cost to get chemicals to deliver to the water plant? What type of new regulations are in place for water? All of our gas comes from gas suppliers that we have to pay, and so
Yeah.
there's a lot of activity that goes on to try to control the cost, and we do the best we can, and in fact are really relative to other utilities in the region and in the southeast.
Yes.
We're low.
No. My producer is telling me we're running out of time, but there's one question that I want you I want to ask you, and that is, I know on a personal note that you have an excellent customer service department. I've had a number of questions and different things where I've had to call them. First of all, talk a little bit about your customer service department.
So it's one of our largest departments. It's part of what I was talking about, that support system that exists behind the scenes of what you normally see as a line worker that's restoring your power, or a water or a gas person that's out in the field. We have a staff of people that are internal to our organization responding to the needs of our customers. So that team is answering calls or meeting people in the lobby or meeting people in the drive-through to try to respond to what their needs are. They're very good at what they do. There are a lot of calls that come in. We still have 18 to 20,000 people that come into our lobby every month.
No kidding.
We try to encourage other opportunities. You can pay your bill or make arrangements by the phone or on the web, or do bank draft. The more people that bank draft, then the less crowded our lobby is. And then the people that are actually coming into the lobby that we need to help, that's their only option, we can serve better. So we would encourage people to try to use our other online systems that would help all of our customers. If the more people we have using bank draft and doing their work over the internet, the better service we can provide to all of our customers.
I finally went to bank draft, okay?
Thank you very much. That helps everyone.
I finally went to bank draft, but I did have to go in the other day for some service, and was treated just wonderfully and very professionally. And tomorrow you're coming in to turn off all my electricity because I've got some. They tell me I have some issues that they've got to manage. So, but anyway, I did have the opportunity to experience a wonderful relationship at the customer service area. I know some time ago, the City of Huntsville Mayor's Office, when we looked at developing a customer service department, we went to Huntsville Utilities department to see exactly how you did it and what you were doing, and we mimicked, if you will, our department.
It's a strength that we have, and it's I'm glad that it went well with your issue. It turns out that we have all of the numbers I shared earlier were these high-level numbers, but when it comes down to it, we have a one-on-one relationship with every single customer, and our customer service group, which is the backbone of what we do inside the office, but also extends all the way out to everyone in the field too.
Exactly.
They understand that it's an individual one-on-one relationship we have so that we can do what's best for our customers every day to be the best utility in the country.
Well, we are certainly proud to have you as our leader.
Thank you very much.
I thank you for being our guest today, and we thank you for your leadership.
Thank you.
We'll have to have you come on again.
All right.
Okay, thanks for being here. That's our show for today. I'm Brenda Martin for Inside Huntsville. Thanks for joining us.